In 2018, something unique happened to the anime world. There was usually the church of the plot. There was the church of the backstory. But apparently that wasn't enough for people. No, they had to establish the church of the Holy Land. That's right, folks. In 2018, the world of the Thicc girls came into play. Now, there are plenty of Thicc girls out there, but for some reason, this character from SSS Gridman seemed to have become the mascot. I personally didn't think she was really thick, but there are plenty of girls out there who would fit that criteria, especially for them thighs. Because remember, folks, thick thighs save lives, but they are my demise. I'm the Noob. I wanted to introduce you into a manga that I recently found out about, and it is all about the Thicc. I'm talking all the girls are plus-size girls, and it is quite a fun manga. This manga is called Elf Can't on a Diet. So let's check it out. So Elf Can't on a Diet is a story about a young man who works at a physical therapy office. He gets introduced to an elf who comes in who has become quite plump. Now, he, like most others, and including myself, have that one image of an elf in their brains. Very slim, delicate, but very strong. This elf girl, on the other hand, comes in and she is, plump, is a good term. I wouldn't say she's fat. I think she looks fine as is, but, you know, she's not the stick figure that most people are used to. Now, you might be wondering, why is this girl plump size? I mean, she's an elf. She's got a bow. She can hunt and all that. Now, this is modern day Japan, by the way, so there is no grand forest. They're not hunting out in the woods for meat, yada, yada, yada. There's actually a portal where people from other worlds can come to our world, and a lot of them interact, and a lot of them tend to have issues because, you know, they're special and this world isn't quite accommodating. So there are people who help. This gentleman is known as Neo. I hope I'm pronouncing that right because it's spelled N-A-O-E. I don't know how that's pronounced, but I'm going to go in with Neo. He works at a clinic for physical therapy. This young lady shows up, as I stated, and she requires basically massage because she's, you know, hurting all over. He comes to realize the reason why she is so big is because she is addictive to potato french fries. And I'm not just talking one set of french fries. She likes them natural cut, fast food, wedge cut. She doesn't care. She loves potato french fries. She loves the greasy taste and she can't help it. But the reason why she wants to come to therapy is apparently the traveling between the two worlds has a weight limit. And she, unfortunately, for some reason, has gone over this weight limit. Now, as I said, from the picture here, you can see that she's not super heavy. She's just not super thin, like in most fantasy RPGs and stories that you've seen. He takes it upon himself to do what he can to help her lose weight. Now, in the first episode, he does show her how to lose weight and gets her down to the proper size. But when he sees her again after she supposedly left to go back to the world, she came back and got big again because she missed potato french fries. Now, this is a comedy manga. It is that you could consider it a harem because by the end of this, he has got a whole group of plus-size women who are needing his help to stay thin, but there's never really anything sexual or romantic in it, so I don't really think it is a harem. His whole purpose is he's trying to help these ladies lose weight. And now there is a bunch of ladies. Our main elf girl, who's a forest elf, and eventually her aunt who comes in. Both of these are addicted to different things. The first one, like I said, is potatoes. The aunt actually is addicted to soft serve ice cream. And she gets kind of heavy when she's trying to train her niece to get thin again. And she eventually starts needing help to get thinner. Later on, you meet a dark elf who works at a convenience store and unfortunately stands around so much. She's not getting enough exercise, so her butt and calves are very big, and she needs help losing that. You've got a mermaid who can have legs on land, but since she doesn't get a chance to swim around as much, her arms aren't as thin. You've got a plant human. Now, with her, it's kind of unique. She's got this little flower growing on her head, and the more sunlight she absorbs, the bigger this thing gets. And eventually it gets to the point where it's like so huge it's causing back problems, but he shows her how to keep that in check. There's an org you meet later on, and now the thing about her is she uber drinks alcohol. Like, she will go to the hot springs, drink, then go to then drink again. And that's her problem, because she'll drink and then she'll have snacks with it, so that's why she gets overweight. You have a lycanthrope, which when she transforms, she basically looks like a dog, and people started feeding her snacks, so she got plump that way because she didn't want to waste the food, and unfortunately made her big. And the funny part is when she gets introduced, she looks like a dog, and the main character does the same thing I would. Plays with a dog. You've got an orc, which is basically like a pig demon. This female, because orcs are really big, she doesn't really like that. She's considered like the smallest of the group, but she keeps trying to keep her weight down. She can do it really well when she's swimming, but when they close down the pool, she kind of has an issue. There is a hobbit, and this little girl who's supposedly an adult looks like she's maybe 5, but when she takes over a playground and basically demands treats and all that, she gets heavy because she eats all this candy and sugar. You got a stray, which is a demon that feeds off of the pleasures of humans. So what she does is she makes her main character become fat because apparently she's really good with cooking. So she forces him to have a pleasure of eating. She does it in his sleep, and she drains power off of him. She's a very unique one. There's a weird one that still kind of is for me. It's basically a bone monster. It's literally a skeleton that comes to life, but she can take on this kind of illusion that makes her look human, like a see-through human. But it's of her figure she had before she died, and it's a very plump person. Apparently she was a fairy at one point, and she's kind of bummed that she looks like this. So, of course, our main boy helps her. You've got what I consider to be the cutest one of the group, the dragon. She is like 4 foot nothing, sass all the way. But because she has low blood pressure, she gets tired real easily, and if it's cold, she goes into hypothermia. Just look at how she looks. I'm sorry, there is sass there, and I just love the way she looks. And the last one up to date so far is a Cyclops. Cyclops are big by trade, so she always is looking to exercise. She actually does boxing, but not a lot of people box, but her and the org are like, their tribes are enemies, so when they get into a competition, they're always fighting, but it's very interesting. Now, I like this manga so far. Like I said, it could be considered a harem, but there really is no romance in any of this. It's just our main boy trying to help all these girls slim down and dealing with their problems, be it overeating, being laziness, being just because they're already plus size. It doesn't matter. It is fun watching the way they interact with each other. I've enjoyed this manga so far. And being that 2018 was apparently the year of the Thicc, I am surprised this manga is not on more people's radars. I think you should check it out, especially since in this manga, they actually do give diet tips in here. Just simple little tips, little exercises you could do, little muscle relaxation techniques that you could do, just little things. Nothing medical, but small things that you could easily look up online. So if you want to watch something with some plus size girls, go check out this manga. You will enjoy. Anyways, I'm the Noob. Thank you for listening to me babble on this. I hope you give this manga a chance. Is there any manga that you want me to check out? Let me know. I love reading mangas, and I hope to find more like this. Anyways, I'm the Noob. I'll catch y'all later. See ya.